Child of God. When you are walking in alignment with your royal destiny, nothing in your life happens by accident. Every encounter, every message, and every moment is guided by divine intention. You did not come across these words randomly, and this message did not appear before you by chance. Your spirit was meant to receive this confirmation at this exact time. You were intentionally guided here by divine forces that have been working behind the scenes throughout your entire journey. The same power that has been shaping your character, directing your steps, and protecting you through unseen battles has led you to this moment. When a person is aligned with their higher calling, the universe itself begins to move in harmony with their purpose. Everything starts to line up, and now you are being called to step fully into that alignment. This moment carries deep spiritual importance. The road you have traveled has been filled with hardship, delays, lessons, and personal growth. You have faced challenges that tested your faith, stretched your endurance, and forced you to grow beyond who you once were. Every struggle you endured has led you directly to this point. You have reached the end of a major spiritual testing season, and you have successfully passed the final test. Now heaven is preparing to release blessings into your life that go far beyond what you have imagined. These blessings are not limited to material gain or physical success. What is coming includes spiritual elevation, inner authority, divine empowerment, and the unlocking of the full potential placed within you. You were chosen for a purpose that is far greater than what your natural eyes have been able to perceive up to this point. The time has now arrived for those blessings to move from promise into reality. Everything you have worked toward with dedication, prayed for with faith, and believed in despite uncertainty is beginning to manifest. What once felt delayed is now unfolding. As we move forward, each part of this message will be revealed section by section, helping you understand the deeper meaning of this moment and how it fits into your spiritual journey. Before going deeper, take a moment to support this message, because it is meant for every individual who carries a chosen calling. If these words resonate deeply within your spirit, placing the number 77 in the comment. This is not just a number, it is a spiritual acknowledgement. It represents alignment with divine purpose and signals your readiness to receive what has been prepared for you. Only those who are truly aligned with this calling will remain engaged until the end. Those who do will gain deeper understanding, heightened spiritual awareness, and access to the fullness of their inner power. Spiritual truth does not reveal itself all at once. It unfolds gradually, layer by layer. Each time you return to this message, you will recognize something new, something meaningful that may not have stood out before. With every revisit, your mind, body, and spirit will align more clearly with the truth being revealed. Now, with an open heart and focused spirit, let us begin. Section number 1. The season of testing that refined your soul. Chosen one, every trial you encountered was never meant to destroy you or cause you to fail. Each test was intentionally allowed to shape you, strengthen you, and refine who you are at the deepest level. The struggles, emotional pain, inner battles, and difficult seasons you have walked through were all working together to sharpen your spirit. These experiences were preparing you for this exact moment, the moment when heaven is ready to open its doors and release divine favor over your life. The challenges you faced were not simply about testing your patience or seeing how much you could endure. They were carefully placed opportunities for growth. Each hardship served a purpose, slowly aligning your heart, mind, and spirit with the divine assignment placed upon your life. Every difficulty added depth to your character, like a deliberate stroke of a brush on a canvas, shaping your soul into the person you were always meant to become. Just as gold is refined through intense heat, your spirit was strengthened and purified through hardship. Gold cannot become pure without going through fire. And in the same way, your spirit had to pass through seasons of adversity to remove what did not belong. Doubt, fear, insecurity, and limiting beliefs were burned away through the pressure you experienced. It was in those intense moments, when you felt stretched, tested, and challenged, that your true spiritual strength and resilience began to form. Every test, every trial, and every painful experience that once felt like a setback was actually a necessary part of your preparation. These experiences were cleansing your heart and renewing your mind. They were helping you release old versions of yourself so you could step into a higher level of who you are becoming. None of these trials were random, and none were meant to punish you. They were all part of a divine plan, designed to prepare you for the destiny ahead. When God allows trials in your life, it is always with intention and purpose. God knew the greatness that was placed inside you, and He also knew that such greatness required refinement. You needed to go through the fire so you could emerge as someone strong enough to carry the weight of the blessings that are about to be released into your life. The fire was never meant to harm you, chosen one. It was meant to strengthen you, deepen your resilience, and draw you closer to the person you were created to be. Through these challenges, you became more aligned with your higher calling. Your faith was tested and proven. Your endurance was strengthened. Your trust in divine timing became firm and unshakable. And you succeeded. You did not merely survive the storms, you grew through them. The true victory is not only that you overcame hardship, but that you emerged transformed. You are stronger, wiser, and more spiritually aware. You are now more attuned to the voice of God within you, able to discern guidance with greater clarity. This refining journey has fully prepared you to receive the abundance that is on its way. The transformation you experienced is visible in who you are now. You have been prepared not only to receive God's blessings, but also to manage them with wisdom, humility, and grace. Your spirit is now cleansed, strengthened, and ready to receive what once felt out of reach. Because you have been refined, heaven is now ready to open doors of favor that will permanently shift the direction of your life. Section number 2. The strength you needed was formed in the darkness. The season of darkness you walked through was never meant to harm you or end your journey. That time was necessary because it was shaping your inner strength. The moments of isolation, the long periods of uncertainty, and the times when you felt surrounded by darkness were all part of your preparation. During those seasons, you were being trained to endure greater challenges and to eventually step into a brighter and more powerful season of light. The burdens you carried felt heavy, but they were never meant to crush you. Instead, they were meant to strengthen your endurance and expand your capacity. You were learning how to carry responsibility, purpose, and future blessings without breaking. In the darkness, you discovered how to depend on something greater than yourself. You learned how to trust God's presence even when you could not see evidence of His work. You realized that even when everything around you seemed to fall apart, you were never truly alone. Those moments in the dark were not simply seasons of pain. They were seasons of deep inner change and spiritual growth. During those quiet, and lonely times, God was drawing closer to you. He was teaching you how to rely on His strength instead of your own understanding. In silence and separation, your resilience was being built so that you could one day manage the blessings that are now approaching. Through pain, you learned how to trust God's plans, even when those plans did not make sense to you. Over time, you began to see that your trials were not random events. They were carefully placed parts of God's perfect design for your life. The darkest seasons were actually preparing you for the most meaningful and rewarding chapters ahead. A strength was being formed within you that could only be created through hardship and endurance. You were strengthened in the hidden places, and now you are ready to step into the brightness of what lies ahead. Without the darkness you endured, you would not fully value or understand the light that is now coming. Those difficult seasons became the foundation upon which your current blessings are being built. The moments when you felt ignored, unseen, or forgotten were the very moments when God was strengthening your character and preparing you for what was coming next. The darkness was never meant to defeat you. It was meant to refine you. It built an unshakable endurance within you, one that can stand firm through any storm. Because of the strength you gained during those dark seasons, you are now fully prepared to walk in the light of your blessings. The light ahead is not temporary or fleeting. It represents a lasting and transformative change in your life. The magnitude of the blessings you are about to receive directly reflects the strength you developed during those long, difficult seasons. Because you endured, you are now able to carry divine favor and abundance. Every victory becomes meaningful because of the trials that came before it. Each moment of darkness moved you closer to the light. Every tear you cried, every night you struggled to sleep, and every prayer that seemed unanswered served as a step toward the breakthrough that is now unfolding. Your ability to endure has shown that you are ready for what God is about to release into your life. None of the dark seasons were wasted. The pain, the struggle, and the feeling of loneliness all worked together to shape you into the person you needed to become. Now, as you stand at the beginning of a new season, you can look back with gratitude. Those dark moments prepared you to receive the fullness of God's light. You are now positioned to walk in favor, provision, and purpose. The strength you gained in the darkness will support you through every blessing, every success, and every victory that is about to come. You have passed the final test, chosen one. You endured the darkness, and now the light of heaven is ready to shine upon you. Section number 3, you have been fully prepared for your divine destiny. Chosen one, every moment you spent questioning, doubting, or wondering if your journey had meaning was part of a divine plan. That plan has always been active, even during the seasons when you could not see it working. Your life has followed a path that was carefully designed to shape you, form you, and refine you for a purpose far greater than anything you could fully understand at the time. The wilderness seasons, the lonely, difficult, and painful experiences were never meant to defeat you. They were meant to prepare you for the divine destiny assigned to your life. It was in those wilderness moments that you discovered strength you never knew you possessed. You found faith that carried you forward when everything around you felt uncertain or overwhelming. You were never abandoned during your trials, chosen one. You were being trained, equipped, and positioned for the greater responsibilities and blessings that now lie ahead. Every hardship you faced served as a lesson. Each challenge shaped you for the role you are about to step into. The struggles were not just obstacles to overcome, they were preparation for something much greater. The wilderness became the place where you were tested, where your character was developed, where your vision grew clearer, and where your faith was purified and strengthened. This season became the training ground for the destiny you are now ready to fulfill. Even in your hardest moments, when nothing seemed to make sense, God's hand was still guiding you. He was leading you step by step, fully aware that each trial was building a foundation strong enough to support the calling placed upon your life. Your heart was shaped by every person you encountered, both those who supported you and those who challenged you. Through these experiences, you learned compassion, developed forgiveness, and understood the power of releasing what no longer served you. Your heart, once easily wounded, has become strong and resilient, yet it remains open and sensitive to the needs of others. Your mind has also been sharpened through experiences that challenged what you believed and forced you to search for deeper truth. This process led you to greater clarity, understanding, and purpose. Your soul is now aligned with God's will, and you stand at the doorway of the destiny that has always belonged to you. What once felt distant is now within reach. The visions you carried quietly in your heart and the dreams you held onto during silent moments are no longer just hopes. They are now preparing to become reality. You prepared for this moment by remaining faithful when quitting would have been easier. You held on to hope when everything around you seemed uncertain. You trusted that God's timing would align perfectly with your purpose. Even when doubt arose, you continued believing that your destiny was unfolding, even if you could not see how or when it would happen. Now that moment has arrived. This is the time to step fully into the calling you have been preparing for. Every hardship, every trial, and every lesson has led you directly to this point. Your purpose has been waiting for you to be ready, and now heaven is positioning you to walk in it. The struggles you endured were your training ground. The wilderness became your classroom. And now, the season has arrived for you to rise as the leader you were always meant to be. Your destiny is no longer something far away. It is the reality you are stepping into right now. The calling on your life is more than a position or role. It is a divine mission. It is a purpose that goes beyond personal goals and desires. Your life is connected to something much greater, something that will impact people around you, individuals you may never meet, and even generations yet to come. This purpose will bring glory to God and create change in ways you cannot yet fully see. One thing is certain: you were created for this. You have been prepared for this moment, and now you are ready to walk in the fullness of your calling. Heaven has been working quietly behind the scenes, arranging every detail. The doors that remained closed for so long are now beginning to open. The paths that once felt blocked are now being cleared. The people, resources, and opportunities you once prayed for are aligning in your life. You are being placed in the right position at the right time to fulfill the destiny that was written for you even before you were born. Section number 4. Divine timing is now working in your favor. One of the most difficult parts of your journey has been the season of waiting. You waited for the right moment to arrive. You waited for doors to open, for signs to appear, and for everything in your life to finally come together. During this waiting period, you experienced frustration, uncertainty, and at times deep discouragement. There were moments when it felt like nothing was moving forward. It seemed as though all your effort, faith, and patience were producing no results. You may have questioned when your turn would come, or wondered why others appeared to be advancing while you remained in the same place. But chosen one, the waiting was never pointless. It was not a delay meant to deny you, it was a season designed to prepare you. God's timing is always perfect, even when it does not match human expectations or understanding. What felt like an endless waiting period was actually a sacred space where your heart, mind, and spirit were being refined. You were being prepared to receive blessings that were already on their way. Now that season has ended. The waiting is complete, and heaven's favor is ready to be poured out over your life in ways far greater than you imagined. Every moment you spent waiting had a purpose. During that time, you learned patience, built perseverance, and developed deeper trust. You learned how to wait with faith and expectation, believing that the harvest would come at the right time. You were not standing still. You were growing. God is never late. His timing always arrives exactly when it is needed. There were moments when doubt tried to take hold, and you questioned whether the promises spoken over your life would ever become reality. It was easy to compare your journey to others and feel as though their progress was faster while your dreams felt far away. But now, you are beginning to see that the promises over your life are no longer delayed. They are unfolding exactly as God planned. The waiting season was not wasted. It was preparation for this divine moment. When heaven's favor begins to flow freely into your life, what was spoken over you is now coming to pass. Doors that once remained shut are now opening fully. Situations are aligning in ways that once seemed impossible. The different pieces of your life are coming together in perfect divine order, and everything is happening at the right time. The season of waiting has passed. This is now your moment. The blessings that were stored in heaven are being released. Your prayers have been heard. Your tears have been noticed. Your faith has been honored. You endured the waiting, and now you are ready to receive the blessings that God has been preparing for you all along. The waiting is over, chosen one. Divine timing is now working in your favor. You are about to witness doors opening wide before you. Promises that once felt distant are becoming your present reality. The time is now, and blessings are about to overflow in your life. Step forward with confidence into your destiny. God's perfect timing has arrived. Section number 5. The reward for your faithfulness. Chosen one, your journey has been long and challenging. There were many moments when you could have turned back, given up under pressure, or chosen an easier path. Yet you did not. Even through hardship, emotional pain, doubt, and resistance, you remained faithful to your calling and to God. You continued moving forward even when the direction was unclear. You held tightly to your faith when it felt as though everything around you was falling apart. You trusted in God's promises even when their fulfillment seemed far away and out of reach. You kept believing even when faith was the only thing you had left to hold on to. Because of this, heaven is now ready to honor you for your consistency, perseverance, and unwavering trust. The reward that is coming is not limited to material things. It includes honor, recognition, and the deep respect that comes from enduring life's hardest tests while remaining faithful. You have been tested in ways many people will never experience, yet you stayed grounded in your belief, knowing that every challenge carried purpose. Your faith was not passive or inactive. It was lived out through action, commitment, and perseverance. You worked through adversity, you fought through discouragement, and now you stand victorious. Heaven is recognizing your dedication, your loyalty, and your ability to trust divine timing even when you could not see the outcome. This is a season of reward, a season where your effort and faith finally produce visible results. Every tear you cried, every heartbreak you endured, every moment of confusion and frustration, and every time you rose after falling was part of God's preparation for this moment. Your perseverance was not wasted. Each trial became a step that led you closer to something greater. Every challenge added strength to your foundation. Each time you stood firm despite opposition, you moved closer to the blessings now ready to unfold. The time of harvest has arrived, chosen one. The results of your labor are now ready to be received. Your faithfulness is being rewarded beyond what you imagined. The struggles that once felt never-ending are giving way to a season of abundance. You will receive the results of what you have planted, and the return will be greater than you expected. Remember, this reward is not only for you. It also serves as a testimony of God's faithfulness. Your life will now reflect His goodness in a way that inspires others to trust, believe, and walk the path of faith as you did. Heaven is releasing blessings into your life in such abundance that they cannot be contained. These blessings are not meant only for personal benefit. They are meant to elevate you so that you can uplift others. Your faithfulness has prepared you not only to receive blessings, but also to become a source of blessing for those around you. The reward is not just about what you gain. It is also about what you give. You now carry the wisdom, resources, and influence to guide others along the path you once walked. You will be a light to those who are still struggling, questioning, and holding on to faith through difficult seasons. This is the time when your faithfulness is being honored in meaningful and visible ways. The blessings you are stepping into will not only transform your life, but will also impact the lives of many others. Your reward is not temporary. It is a lasting legacy, a living testimony of God's goodness and faithfulness that will continue to speak through generations. Section number 6. You are entering a season of divine overflow. Chosen one, God's blessings were never designed to be small, limited, or barely enough. God does not provide only what is necessary for survival. He gives in abundance, more than enough to sustain, bless, and increase you. A season of overflow is approaching your life, and it will not be brief or temporary. This is not a short moment of success that quickly fades. What is coming is a continuous flow of divine favor, grace, peace, joy, and abundance. Heaven is actively positioning you for something far greater than anything you have imagined or expected. You are entering a season where blessings will begin to multiply. Your life will reflect abundance, and the goodness God has prepared for you will not run out. Just as your cup overflows, the blessings in your life will continue to increase. Scripture gives us the example of the widow who had only a small amount of oil. When the prophet instructed her to gather empty jars, she obeyed, even though what she had seemed insufficient. As she poured the oil, it did not stop flowing. It continued to fill every vessel she brought forward. Her obedience and faith created room for the miracle to continue. The supply only stopped when there were no more empty jars available. In the same way, the blessings God is releasing into your life will not run dry. What God has prepared for you is not a one-time gift. It is a steady and ongoing flow that will continue to grow as you steward it with wisdom and faith. God is positioning you for overflow because He knows you are ready. You have passed the tests placed before you. You endured seasons of waiting and preparation. Now you have reached a level of maturity and responsibility that allows you to be trusted with more. This overflow will do more than meet your needs. It will sustain you, uplift you, and place you in a position of greater influence. The blessings coming into your life are not meant to be stored away or kept only for yourself. They are meant to be shared. You are being positioned not just to receive, but also to give. Through your obedience, others will be blessed by what God pours into your life. This overflow is not only for your benefit, it serves a greater purpose. It is meant for the advancement of God's kingdom. As you receive, you will also be empowered to pour into others, helping them experience provision, hope, and blessing in their own lives. Because you have been faithful, you are now being elevated to a place of abundance and influence. You will no longer be the one waiting for blessings to arrive. You are now becoming a channel through which blessings flow. Heaven has already positioned you for overflow, and now the time has come for you to walk fully in it. This season will reflect the abundant goodness of God in your life. Your blessings will stand as a living testimony of His faithfulness and provision. Section number 7. Embrace the inheritance of the King. Chosen one, the time has come for you to fully claim the inheritance that belongs to you by divine right. You are not ordinary, and you were never created to live as one without purpose or authority. You are a royal heir, born into a divine lineage filled with honor, authority, and greatness. Your true heritage is not determined by your background, upbringing, or environment. It is established by God's calling on your life and by a legacy of faith and purpose that has been carried forward through generations. As you step into this season, you are not only receiving blessings from heaven, you are awakening to your true royal identity. You have been chosen for this exact moment to carry the responsibility and authority that comes from being a child of the King. You were never meant to live a life of limitation, defeat, or mediocrity. You are called to rise above circumstances and govern your life with wisdom, integrity, and grace. Just as kings and queens of the past ruled their kingdoms with discernment and strength, you are called to operate within God's kingdom with divine wisdom and spiritual authority. The authority you carry does not come from the world or human systems. It is given by God and rooted in His power. You are being summoned to rise above every challenge, walk confidently in your calling, and lead others through the wisdom and grace God has placed within you. Your royal heritage is not merely a title, it is a mantle of authority now resting upon you. The legacy passed down to you is not one of fear, weakness, or insecurity. It is a heritage marked by strength, victory, grace, and divine power. This is the moment you fully step into who you were created to be. You are now ready to walk in your true identity as a royal heir, carrying the authority of heaven and living out the purpose God has assigned to your life.